This is Insane, an urban opinionated news podcast that will cover various topics, including politics, business, relationships, love, spirituality, current Black news, and pop culture events that may not receive sufficient exposure in mainstream media. We hope you like the new look. Although this is real news, I will put my own vibe to it, so I encourage everyone to do more research. Now let's get to it.
If you want to talk about guns, why is it that there's a gun shop on almost every corner in this community? Why? Tell you why. For the same reason that there's a liquor store on almost every corner in the Black community. Why? They want us to kill ourselves. You go out to Beverly Hills, you don't see that. Why is it that there's a gun shop on almost every corner in this community? Why? Tell you why. For the same reason that there's a liquor store on almost every corner in the Black community. Why? They want us to kill ourselves. You go out to Beverly Hills, you don't see that.
I sit in my rhythm, my wild. Early morning, mother's morning. Someone's son got killed today. Shot and controlling, it's really a shame. Somebody mom gotta live with the pain. Love is another who's feeling his way. Who really bought it, still back to the plate. Love is another who's feeling his way. Who really bought it, still back to the. It's time to crack down, act now. Youngins really need it, they get tracked down, shot down. Left for dead and leaking sinking. Love is another who's feeling his way. Who really bought it, still back to the plate. Love is another who's feeling his way. Who really bought it, still back to the plate.
What up, though, everybody? It's your girl, Ness, and I know that I was not scheduled to do a live stream. This is a breaking news live stream, I guess I should say, from watching the trial this morning, and they're on break right now. So I wanted to, since, they're on break, I decided to do a little impromptu live stream to just holler at you guys about some disturbing videos that came out in court. and I kind of want to share that with you guys. I am actually not well today. So um that's why I have my stop cam on, because yeah, your girl is bedridden right now. But listen, the show must go on. So I got my tea next to me, my water, um, got my feet propped up. Today is gonna be an actual for real get well and rest day, because I always be doing too much. But today I am literally just going to be on the computer a little, and just kind of really take some mental and of course physical time to get better. So I hope you guys are well out there. This is election day, and also I do want to say rest in peace to Quincy Jones. That was heartbreaking to hear yesterday, and my condolences to the family, and of course all of us as fans will be mourning his loss. um and I'm not going to talk about the election, though. That's not what I'm here for. I'm going to share the this lady's podcast will stream that I actually told you guys about. If you follow me, her name is Kat Not Williams. That's one of the people that I actually follow a lot. And I kind of like, I be on her stream a lot during the trial. And so we will be on her stream so that you can hear some of the comments and the different things from other people that may feel the same as I or as you. And if you are out there and decide you want to engage, I would greatly appreciate it to know that I may not be seen, but I am being heard. Okay. All right. So let me bring that up to the screen. And I am also on my Fresh and Friends channel, as well as This Is Insane podcast. And I am on my Facebook page today, Nessa McQueen Humble Bougie. So if you are following any of those my channels or my page, I greatly appreciate it. Follow them all and go to Let's Wine About It page on in my Facebook. All right, let's get it going. So I'm gonna add that, and let's see what's going on here. Hold on, let me get set up a little bit, guys. You know what I'm saying? Just get set up a little bit. Let's see here. I'm gonna put on my This Is Insane banner though. Okay, and then I'm going to go ahead. Everybody should know that it's for educational purposes. You know what I should do though, because listen, let me take this off real quick because I don't want no smoke. Hold on, let me remove this and y'all look at the disclaimer. Okay, it's a moment of silence when you're looking at that disclaimer. I'm trying to grow my page, okay? Y'all please like, share, and subscribe. But sister really trying to grow. All right. So let's I'm going to go ahead and go to her page right now. Please subscribe to Kat Not Williams. I'm trying to be like her when I grow up. She got one of the best. When I tell you she got one of the best communities, her community is amazing. They support, and she's not like a big, like she doesn't have like like 100,000 followers, which she should, the way that she carry her her stream and everything. Like, she is absolutely dope. So I have learned a lot from being on her stream, and let's just check it out.
Please. Thank you. And if you would mind swearing our witness, we'll get started. Thank you.
Aaron Wolford, AARON WOFFORD.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Can you tell the jurors how you were currently employed, sir?
I am retired lieutenant at the Fulton County Sheriff's Office.
Okay. And
Retired
how long
lieutenant.
were you employed by the Fulton County Sheriff's Office?
Over 21 years.
Okay.
We're going to adjust that mic. It's really not that one. Well, we can give that one a shot. If that one doesn't work, move that other one towards you.
You said you worked there for how long?
21 years.
Okay. And can you tell the jurors, where within the Sheriff's Department were you employed?
At the jail.
Okay. And can you tell the jurors what did you do, or what did your employment entail at the jail?
Well, I started off as a floor deputy, moved to sergeant, moved to lieutenant, did security, was over security, unit manager over security, and unit manager in the watch commander's office.
And can you tell the jurors, as the lieutenant who managed security for the jail, and where's the jail located?
901 Rice Street.
Okay. And is that here within Fulton County, City of Atlanta?
Yes, it is.
And can you tell the jurors a little bit about your role as kind of head of security at the Fulton County Jail?
This basically made sure all of the checkpoints were manned, all the equipment was functioning. Was the custodian of the Pelco system that we had, which is the camera system, also the secure system, which was the telephone communication system. Made sure all the fences didn't have holes in them, things like that. Made sure there was no areas that can be penetrated as far as escapes and stuff like that.
Okay. And you referenced you were the custodian for the Pelco system. Can you tell the jurors what is that system?
The Pelco system is a system within the jail that basically monitors the jail itself. It's in the pods of where the inmates are housed, but it's also all around the facility. And I have access to it.
Okay. And I won't ask you how many cameras, but were there cameras throughout and all over the Fulton County Jail?
Yes.
And can you tell the jurors a little bit, were you trained in, I guess, being able to pull information or data from the Pelco system for any specific event?
Yes.
Yes. And can you tell the jurors, were you able to, narrow down a time frame and pull footage for a specific time frame that you were looking for?
Yes, but I would usually go a little bit before and a little bit after, just to make sure I captured the whole incident.
And is the footage that you would be able to pull and view, is that footage stored within a secured database as it relates to, I guess, all the recordings for each day from the Fulton County Jail?
That's correct.
Okay. And is that how you're able to access any amount of data that you were looking for as it relates to footage?
Correct.
Okay. Now, can you tell the jurors, as head of security, were you aware that other deputies working within the jail wore body cameras?
Correct.
And as the lieutenant on duty, were you able to pull and view a body camera related to any specific deputy on duty?
Yes.
Okay. And is that something that you did fairly regularly before you retired?
Yes.
Okay. And can you tell the jurors the system in which the body camera footage is stored in the ordinary course of business?
It's called evidence.com.
Okay. And is the company Axum?
Yes, Axum. Yes.
And based on your security clearance as lieutenant, were you able to regularly view any of the body cam footage as it related to the deputies who worked within the Fulton County Jail?
Yes.
And is that something that you did on a regular basis, like you described with the Pelco system, as one of your duties when working?
Yes.
Now, I want to direct your attention to February 9th of 2022. Were you a lieutenant then, still not retired as it relates to the Fulton County Sheriff's Department?
Yes.
And can you tell the jurors, did you become aware of an aggravated assault or a stabbing within the jail?
Yes.
And before we get into that, can you explain to the jurors, I guess, how the jail is set up, how many floors, and you mentioned pods. Can you talk a little bit about that?
There's 7 floors in the jail. And on each floor, you have 6 pods within the jail. You have 400, 500, 600, 100, 200, 300. And then you have 700, 800. 700 is where the deputies on the floor are housed or office and have computers and stuff. But and 800 is where the gym is, where they have their recreation.
Okay.
And that's on every floor. That setup is on every floor.
Okay. And on each floor, and I guess in the area of each pod, are there specific deputies assigned either to each pod individually or a number of pods that they monitor throughout their shift?
Deputies are, you have north and south. So you have deputies from 1 all the way up. You have north and south, and there's deputies on each floor in each pod. Well, not in each pod, on each floor on each side.
Okay. And as it relates to February 9th of 2022, were you able to locate and pull video surveillance from the Pelco system as it relates to the stabbing?
Yes.
Okay. And I want to show you what's been marked as State's Exhibit 125, Victor Victor. And let me know if you recognize that.
Yes, I do.
And can you tell the jurors how you recognize it and what it is?
It's the video footage of the incident that occurred on February 9th.
Okay. And I'll go ahead and show you also State's Exhibit 124, Victor Victor. Do you recognize that exhibit?
Yes, it's also, the first one was the body cam. The second one was the Pelco system.
Okay. And was that footage that you were able to pull of the body cam as well as the Pelco video surveillance as it relates to the stabbing you became aware of on February 9th of 2022?
That's correct.
Okay. At this time around, the state will tender State's Exhibit 124, Victor Victor, which is the Pelco video surveillance, and then 125, Victor Victor, which is the body cam related to the stabbing.
All right. Those are both admitted.
Okay. Now, can you tell the jurors, based on your investigation in conjunction with other deputies who were working in the Fulton County Jail, can you tell the jurors the inmates that were involved in the violent incident?
Bennett and Myrick.
Okay. And can you tell the jurors as it relates to Mr. Bennett and Mr. Myrick, did you view the video surveillance of the actual stabbing from the Pelco system?
I did.
Okay. And were you able to actually, I guess, locate? Let me ask a better question. Was the violent event, was it actually captured on the video surveillance?
It was.
Okay. And can you describe to the jurors before we play it, the video surveillance as it relates to the Pelco system, the quality of, I guess, the video? Is it something that it's HD and you can see everything like it's standing before you, or is it a little different?
It's a little different. A little. I mean, it's you could see, but it's a little different.
Okay.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. Your Honor, at this time, permission to publish
You may.
State's Exhibit 124. And just for the record, because it takes a minute to pull up, I already pulled it up from my desktop.
Okay, he's looking to queue up the video. So I know for those who haven't been watching the trial, this may seem a little boring to you and you just like, oh, I don't know what I'm watching. So the thing is that they're setting up the foundation to kind of get everybody to understand his role, the lieutenant's role. And I do want to let everybody know ahead of time that when you see the video, it's protective custody. Because remember, like YFN, I don't think I'm saying Rashad Bennett, that's his real name, but YFN Lucci, who is the op to YSL, he's in protective custody in a pod, and only one person is supposed to come out. And then that's the way that it's set up. And then there's one guard per pod. I don't remember how many inmates is in one pod, but it's one guard per pod, and that guard is supposed to control and manage that pod, and then the towers are supposed to control who comes in and out, and they only supposed to let one inmate out at a time. So I'm just setting it up for you guys as you watch it. Of course, they'll start explaining more. Okay.
And before we start playing the video surveillance in, I guess, the still frame in State Civil 124 BV at 6:45 and 28 seconds p.m. That evening, on February 9th. Do you see the individual who's in, I guess, kind of the middle, far right-hand side?
There's something over the video. I don't want to touch it.
Okay, see?
Yeah.
You see the individual that's standing, I guess, in the far middle right-hand corner of the exhibit?
Yes,
And can you tell me, is that Jaden Meyer?
that's correct.
And in your review of the footage, I guess, let's go ahead and explain to the jurors where we are in the jail in this video.
This is 6 North Zone 600
Okay.
at the Fulton County Jail.
And you see in the video, there's 2 floors, the bottom and I guess the top floor where the stairs lead. Do you see the numbers, for example, 616, 615, 614? What are those?
Those are individual cells.
Okay. And in the individual cells, is that where inmates who were being housed at Fulton County Jail would reside during their time there?
That's correct.
Okay. And can you tell the jurors, based on your number of years at the Sheriff's Department, ending your career as a lieutenant there, can you kind of explain to the jurors, I guess, the process and procedure related to individual inmates, I guess, coming out of the cell to make video calls or phone calls using the secure system that you
But this particular zone, I think this was the PC zone. I'm almost sure it was. And in those zones, there's only supposed to be one individual out at a time for their hour or however long they were out. I think it was an hour to take care of whatever they need to take care of as far as attorneys or showers or visitation or whatever they're doing.
And can you explain to the jurors, you said PC zone, what is that?
That's protective custody.
Okay. Now, you referenced 2 inmates being Mr. Myron, who we see in states of 124 BB, is the second individual you referenced, last name Bennett, is that Ray Sean Bennett?
That's correct.
Okay. And in your working at the jail and working there while Mr. Bennett was in custody, do you know a nickname that he goes by?
I don't.
Okay. Is the nickname Lucci? Does that ring a bell?
It sounds familiar, but I don't. I've heard it, that name, but.
He know that's what they call him. He trying to play it off. Now, keep in mind, he's supposed to be the investigator. Y'all gonna see
And as the video is playing
later on when he starts to talk
you see
how crooked he is.
where the second set of stairs that are towards the back of the right-hand side of the states of 124 BV.
Mm-hmm.
You described there's when the inmates are out, they're able to make either video visitation calls or normal phone calls. Can you kind of orient the jurors, I guess, the area that would take place in this pod?
Well, if they're going to do like commissary or stuff like that, the one down at the bottoms for their commissary and things of that nature.
Right. Do me a favor, stand up and point at the large screen for them.
This box right here is where they're going to do their commissary and things of that nature. This box up here is where they're going to do their video visitations and things of that nature.
And as you can see in the exhibit, 640, 651, you see Mr. Meyer kind of walking around on the pod. Can you explain to the jurors how he's able to do that?
I'm figuring that's his time out to to do what he needs to do as far as his hygiene or calls, if he's talking to a lawyer or whatever he needs to do for that amount of time that he's out.
Okay, so when an inmate, when it's their time, their hour, they're able to walk about freely. So they're able to walk about freely as you can
Yes.
see.
Yes, yes.
Now, as you continue to review the video, is there a time where you can see Mr. Rayshawn Bennett also come out and get released from his cell?
There is a time, yes.
I'm going to move to 6:57 p.m. in the exhibit. And at 6:58:08 p.m. on February 9th, 2022, do you see in the top, the middle right-hand side of State Exhibit 124 BB, the individual upstairs in a white shirt?
Yes.
And can you tell the jurors, is that Mr. Rayshawn Bennett after he's been released from his cell?
Appears to be race. Yes, Mr. Bennett.
And can you explain to the jurors, is he near the area that you just talked about where video visitation takes place?
Yes.
So this is what's crazy, because the way that it's supposed to be set up with one person, because it's protective custody, one person, and then they already know who YFN Lucci is. So you would think like if him or just an example, we know Gunna's not locked up, but Gunna and Thug and those, you know, people of that stature, and you know, because Shannon, I don't even know how he got touched, but people like Lucci, Gunna, Thug, they definitely probably have to be in PC, right? So how did this second man get out? I feel like it was a setup or bribery or something of that nature, because this is Rice Street. This is where everybody is always talking about people is getting unalived left and right in Rice Street in Atlanta. So this is Rice Street that we're looking at. Okay.
I'm still all the way stuck on this juror. Like all day, guys, my bad.
You see in the exhibit, as the video plays, both Mr. Bennett and Mr. Myron out in 6 North 600. Is this typical that two inmates are out at the same time?
No.
And can you tell the jurors why not?
Because we wouldn't want to mix them up in case something would happen. So
Right, because they in different gangs.
Myron should have been put up.
For efficiency, I'm going to move to 7:01 p.m. in the video. And at 7:01 and 15 seconds, Lieutenant, do you see Mr. Bennett headed towards the video visitation area being followed by Mr. Myron?
That's correct.
He definitely shouldn't have turned his back on old boy though. You don't never turn your back.
Now, Lieutenant, as the fight's going on, can you tell the jurors in each one of the pods where are the deputies in relation to the inmates? For example, the one who we're watching right now. Where does this deputy come from?
He comes, I'm assuming from the other side. This happened in 600, so I'm assuming he was in maybe 1, 2, or 300.
And look how,
All right.
So the deputies, as opposed
hold on. Do y'all see how slow the deputy walking? And why is the other guys out if it's only supposed to be one person? Okay, guys, my bad.
relates to when they're working on during their shift. Here, this is 6 North, 600. Just one deputy works several pods.
Yes.
And are throughout their shift, are they, I guess, monitoring pods from 600 North to 600
Yes.
South and around?
Yes, around their housing pod that they're assigned to, yes.
And can you tell the jurors, is there, I guess, a watchtower, for example, where an individual is monitoring the Pelco system or the video surveillance system?
No, they're not watching the Pelco. They're actually watching the inmates in the same pod area or same housing floor area.
And if an incident like this occurs, does the person in the watchtower alert deputies?
Yes.
And is that how they, I guess, get to the pods as quickly as they can?
Correct.
All right.
That's crazy. That's how shorthanded they are.
Now, can you tell the jurors, well, first let me show you state exhibits 125, Victor, A, B, and C. Do you recognize those exhibits, sir?
Yes.
And can you tell the jurors, how do you recognize those?
These are pictures taken during the investigation of the victim of this incident.
And when you say victim, can you tell the jurors who's the victim as it relates to this violent act?
Inmate Bennett.
And do those photographs in state exhibit 125 B, A, B, and C fairly and accurately depict the injuries that Mr. Bennett suffered on February 9th of 2022?
Correct.
Your Honor, at this time, the state would tender remarks to state exhibits 125, Victor, A, B, C.
Sure.
Any other?
No.
Okay, they're admitted without objection.
Okay. So at this time, the state's going to publish state's exhibit 125 on the body cameras. And while pulling the body camera up, can you tell the jurors how the body camera works within, I guess, the Fulton County Jail within the sheriff's deputy?
If an inmate is in if the deputy is in some kind of a confrontation or situation that needs to be captured to further the investigation, they put their body cams on. And it's also there to protect them.
And can you tell the jurors as it relates to each deputy who's monitoring any pod within any of the floors that you described? here today. Are the deputies armed with guns or anything like that?
No, they're armed with the body cam and other essential equipment that they would need: radio, handcuffs, OC, taser if they have one. Put it down. Put it down. Put it down. Shoot me. Put it down. 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 I ain't got one. Put it down. Put it down.
Nah, that man just smoking it. Yo, suck shit.
Put it down.
I didn't want to go straight up.
Move. Listen, if you stab me, I ain't gonna step back.
I just stop me.
Put it down. I ain't got what the fuck you telling me for. I ain't got it. Let it go. Let it go. Let it go.
Kill it for
Move.
All tell you when it's so you're not emergency trap. All needs assistance.
Step back. Step back. Step back.
So what's the situation?
Step back. Step back. Step back.
Please, an inmate, don't 600.
Get down. Get down. Don't slide the weapon nowhere. Get down. Get down, motherfucker. Get down. Get down.
Oh, damn, bro. You
Roll over your back.
You don't want to shoot me. Who was it? Shoot me. That shit mine. Hey, man, you shot me. I ain't had no money.
So you do.
What you did? What you did? Hey, man, they shot me.
That body cam for Deputy Edward. Deputy Edward was monitoring the class.
Correct.
I want y'all to listen closely after since we watched this video, and then they're going to show like some bruises on Lucci or whatever. But listen to what he says in his now listen to his answers when the defendant's attorneys get up there to cross him. Y'all check it out. I'm just trying to show, because I'm still watching the trial today. This all happened today as far as getting this information and everything. And since they're on lunch, I wanted to share this with you guys, because this is the conditions that they have been discussing throughout the trial about Rice Street. And of course, after the end, we'll discuss more about how they handled this whole situation and all of that. But Just check this man out.
Now, I want to show you this last body camera. You tell the jurors, Lieutenant, is it, I guess, common for more than one deputy when it's called over the radio?
Yes.
There's an incident to arrive.
Yes.
Through your investigation, can you tell the jurors, was a weapon found as it relates to the incident we just witnessed with the stabbing?
Yes.
Can you explain to the jurors what it was?
It's called a shank.
Okay. And can you describe to the jurors what is a shank?
It's a homemade weapon or a weapon made in jail by inmates. An edge weapon.
I want to show you this second video on State's Exhibit 125, Victor Victor. And for the record, I'm going to start at 1 minute, 37 seconds.
You can stand out on 6 North. Situation under control. I ain't got no gloves on me. Some gloves. Pick it up. Can you put that on your pick that, no, wrap it up in your glove, take your glove off and wrap it in your glove. We gotta say them.
Is that Shane, Lieutenant?
Yes, that was found.
Is this guy like all ready with no gloves?
Now, I'm going to put on the screen State's Exhibit 124, Victor B. And can you describe to the jurors through your investigation the injuries that we see here in 125 Victor Victor B that Mr. Rayshawn Bennett sustained from being stabbed with a shank?
Those are wounds that were obtained during the incident. Bennett got stabbed with, and that's the outcome of it.
Stabbed with what? That's what I'm saying. He couldn't even talk. He's trying to protect his people because, of course, there probably was some roughness after the fact. But come on now. None of that made sense. Okay. We gonna rewind that part real quick. Like, just let's rewind it and listen closely to him.
124 Victor B.
Like, he can't even put it in a complete sentence. Oh, did I not?
And can you describe to the jurors through your investigation the injuries that we see here in 125 Victor Victor B that Mr. Rayshawn Bennett sustained from being stabbed with a shank?
Those are wounds that were obtained during the incident. Bennett got
Um,
stabbed with, and that's the outcome of it.
What?
Do your investigation.
dude, they are hecka crooked. Do you understand? They are hecka crooked. Now, the stab wounds is somewhere else on his body, I believe. This is something different. Because I know that this was pretty big in the news and in the street news and everything. So, okay, we're gonna continue.
Was Mr. Myrick at all, I guess, injured or sustained any injuries from the fight stabbing that we saw on video?
I didn't see any. I don't know if the nurses, I don't know as far as him, if he was injured or anything.
But he's the investigator, guys. Keep in mind.
All right, are there
They're passing
defense
the
questions for this witness? Sure.
Good morning, Captain Wofford.
Okay, here it comes.
Lieutenant Wofford.
They about to cook.
No problem.
My name is Max Shard. I represent Shannon Stillwell, who's seated to my right. Just a couple questions. I just want to make sure I have this correct. I know that you've corrected me. You're a lieutenant. Were you the person within the jail responsible for investigating this incident?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So that was in your purview.
Yes.
All right. Great. Now, my first question is, I think we just saw in the body cam, Deputy Edwards. I thought I heard a taser gun. Am I correct?
Correct.
Okay. Who was tased?
Both of them.
Both individuals were tased?
I understand. Yes. From what I saw, yes.
Now, as I understood your testimony, correct me if I'm wrong, this occurred in the protective custody dorm, correct?
Correct.
Okay. Now, you indicated, I believe, that there was only supposed to be one person. When I say person, I mean a person that's an inmate at the time, walking around the floor at a time.
Correct.
Is that correct?
Correct.
And that doesn't just apply to Jaden Myrick and Rashawn Bennett. That applies to all the people, the inmates. I don't like that term, but inmates that are in that pod.
In 600, yes.
In 600.
Yes.
So no two people are supposed to be on the floor at the same time.
Correct.
Okay. How is that ensured? Can you explain? For instance, are there locks on the individual doors to the rooms?
Yes. Once their doors close, it locks.
Okay. So, and who controls those locks?
Tower.
Okay. So, am I correct that the tower, ideally, the way it's supposed to work is the tower lets one person out onto the floor and then doesn't let anyone else out until that person returns back to their room?
Ideally, whoever's out, they go in first, they lock the doors, and whoever's supposed to come out next comes out.
Okay. In the video, as I understood it, Mr. Myrick was out walking the floor, correct?
Correct.
And then Mr. Bennett exited his door to enter the floor as well.
Correct.
Which would be against the protocol. Correct. What happened?
From my understanding, from reports that I got, he was supposed to go up. I'm not sure why he didn't go inside or whatever, and he was left out. I don't know because I wasn't up there.
Well, presumably, if the idea is to keep the gentleman separate, or any two individuals separate, the person that's in the room, their door would not be unlocked until the other person is securely locked in their room, correct? That's how it's supposed to work.
That's how it's supposed to work. I'm not sure what the incident was or why it happened that way. There could have been a number of things. I don't know. Maybe the towel person didn't see him walking around. I'm not sure.
Okay, this is what burns me up, is because he is constantly saying he don't know, but he was the one that was the lead investigator. And this is what I be talking about when they be talking about protect the blue line and protect, I guess the guards protect the guards and all of this. But these are still human beings. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody deserves like humane treatment, period. And fairness. That's what it's supposed to be, right? Don't the law supposed to be about equality, fairness, fair trial, innocent till proven guilty, all this other stuff? I don't. Okay. All right.
I'm not making any excuses. I don't know, but ideally, one person's supposed to go up, other one's supposed to go
in. Did you do, as part of your investigation at the jail, did you do kind of a historical look to see if that was a common instance that had been happening over the last month, we'll say, with two people on the floor at the same time?
No.
Okay, so we don't know if this is that incident or that situation with two people that are in 600 being on the floor at the same time. We're not sure if that happened at all over the past month. We just know that it happened on that particular day.
Yes.
Okay. I have no further questions. Thank you.
I have questions. What is going on?
Good morning, Lieutenant Walford.
Good morning.
My name is Doug Weinstein. I represent Diamante Kendrick. Just a few questions. I think you indicated to Mr. Shart that only one of the people held in custody should have been on the floor at the time, correct?
Outside the
cell.
Yes.
And you don't know why there were two that were out there at the same time, right?
I don't.
Okay. Is it possible for, and I'm going to again use the unfortunate term inmate, is it possible for an inmate to release himself from the cell?
Yeah.
It is. How would they go about doing that?
Move the door.
It's not locked. It is not locked.
What, the door? Yeah, it's locked. They've moved the door when it was locked.
Okay. So even though they're in protective custody, it's possible for multiple inmates to be on the floor at the same time.
I'm not saying in that pod. I'm just talking. You said generally in the jail. Correct?
Okay, I'm sorry. Let me be more specific. In that particular pod in 600.
It shouldn't be, but things are put in the doors where you think the door's shut and they can move it.
Okay. And
he trying to put the blame on the inmates
taking place where he strolls out. Is that the normal procedure, just to kind of slowly walk out there, or generally are they encouraged to have some urgency?
Well, we like to survey the scene first before we go into an incident that could possibly hurt us.
Okay. See, exactly what I was saying. If you were with me earlier when I first started and was talking about how casually the guard was just walking while these two men were fighting and had other men outside of their pod or whatever it is, while I'm acting like I know the lingo, outside of their cells. And, one of them had a weapon. Like, he still was walking way too slow for him to care. Like, you could tell he don't care. He's numb to this, jaded. We don't need those type of people. That is somebody's brother. That's somebody's son, and that man, Lucci, could have got murked like a whole bunch of other men and women that has been happening to at that specific jail. Okay. All right, and here he is still making excuses.
Do you know how many people held in custody in Fulton County Jail in 2022 when this happened?
Capacity.
Within the, yeah, let's clarify. Hold on. No, I haven't finished the question. I'm sorry. Within all of the Fulton County Jail, which goes by Rice Street, correct? People call it Rice Street?
Yes, sir.
So within Rice Street in 2022, do you know how many of the inmates there were killed or died in 2022?
Object to relevance.
Sustained.
Okay, I have no further questions.
Perfect. All right, we are switching over.
If there's any redirect.
We are going to switch over to oral arguments in front of the Supreme Court.
Okay, guys, that was that. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this off real quick. Let's see here. So yeah, that's crazy. Absolutely crazy. Like, I am laying here bedridden, and I'm supposed to be resting, taking it easy, and here I am going in. I can't stop the rent. You can't stop the rent. No, let me stop. No, honestly, I just kind of wanted to show you guys that came out today in the Kendricks and Stillwell trial. And if you were watching and you seen a lot of people was talking about the jurors situation, that's because there was a juror, number 56. He sent a letter to the judge this morning and told the judge that he wanted off. I can't laugh too hard. He wanted off. He was done, and he felt like he could no longer be like unbiased about the situation because of the fact of how the state is handling pretty much the case. But he was talking about how they handled yesterday, if you watched it. And so much came out because it seems like there was some jury and or a watch or something that was stolen during the time when they had raided Thug's home. So all of his stuff wasn't there, and they kind of showed that in court and everything yesterday. So it's just a lot. So they painting a picture of the crooked cops and the people that's trying to steal Thug stuff, like his jewelry and all that different type of stuff, because it didn't show up in the I guess the file that they were showing, because they showed a lot of pictures of his what they confiscated from the raid yesterday. And so that came out, and then the jurors did not even know anything about, well, supposedly they didn't know anything about the other like Thug being gone, Nichols being gone. Like when they came back, it was just two. And unfortunately, the judge told them that they can't be biased about it. They have to pretend like, like they got to just have a clean slate. That's not easy when they just seen all these men here, and now it's like only two down. So it's just a lot. So yeah, jurors spoke up, and it was talking about the state and how long they're taking, and he need to get back to his life, and he's trying to be done by the 2024 because the judge won't let him go. Okay. And that's another thing. If you feel like he's going to be biased, why would you continue to keep him? Oh boy, this my first time really like focusing on actually, well, no, I watched of course, because of my age, I watched the OJ trial. Who didn't watch that? But this probably the second trial that I really watched through and through, because I've been locked in since. So we're on 156 days. And it's crazy. Do you understand? Well, guys, thank you so much for this impromptu live as I'm bedridden at home with my laptop, a microphone, and a notepad. And thank you for the heart. Oh, Steve Messina, one of my longtime co-workers. We used to talk about politics and everything. He the only person I would talk to politics about at work. I did not like sharing politics and anything like that, but our conversations was always deep. And happy retirement to you. I'm still mad because you just left on a whim and I wasn't there to see you off. But thank you so much for the heart, and thank you for watching. Okay, guys, I am about to get out of here and watch the rest of the trial. And thank you for loving it. Yes, I'm glad, because you already know this nothing but our conversations that we used to have on the floor. Yes, only you could know, me being like into all this different stuff. I didn't share that with a lot of other coworkers. But thank you once again. And guys, if you out there, like I said, I'm not talking about, don't ask me. My lips are sealed. I don't want to talk about the election. I am not putting that on my platform. I don't want to hear nothing about it. I'm not about to separate myself from people because of who they voted for, who they didn't vote for. I just pay attention to everybody in their character moving forward. That's all we could do. Okay. Love y'all and mean it. And let me go ahead and watch the rest of this. And I'm gonna leave y'all once again with my boy Phil Durrell. Enough is enough video. And I'll holler at y'all later. Bye.
Someone's son got killed today. Sat in control and it's really a shame. Somebody mom gotta live with the pain. Love is enough, he was feeling his way. Who really bought it, still back to the plate. Love is enough, he was feeling his way. Who really bought it, still back to the time to crack down, ain't now. Young is really needed, they get tracked down, shot down. Left for dead and league ain't seeking. Love is enough, he was feeling his way. Who really bought it, still back to the plate. Love is enough, he was feeling his way. Who really bought it, still back to the plate. Gotta do better, who will in a ride. Really just watching our young and just slipping away. Every time they decide to go slide. Somebody must have been grieving so much to the point where they ain't gotta tell her to cry. You can just see all the pain in her eyes. Part of her dog is so born alive. She tried to keep him away from the game. Mother was single, trying to raise up a man. Heard thousands of stories, don't keep it a band. I'm trying to support him like part of the fam. I got a son and I know that I gotta be there for him, daddy, just keep him in line. He need his vibe around the speed life and the God of my know, but he need to survive. I heard a voice in my head and it said, be the voice of the youth, I'm just speaking my mind. I seen the news and that could have been mine. My son, my city, my rhythm, my wild. Early morning, mother's morning, someone